Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Living the Life show. I'm your host, Columbus Cody, and I'm so grateful you chose to join me today for your verse of the day. Today's verse of the day is one that will give you the strength and the encouragement for when you're battling tough moments. And believe it or not, we need to understand as believers, we're going to battle tough moments, okay? Today's verse of the day comes from 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. We're going to read the NLT, and this is what it says. But it is no shame to suffer for being a Christian. Praise God for the privilege of being called by his name. Praise God for the privilege of being called by his name. There's no shame in suffering for being a Christian. Okay. One of the tricks of the devil, and I've said this before, one of the tricks of the enemy is to make you think that if you're going through tough times, that God has failed you or you're not living up to God's standard. And both of those are false. Both of those are lies straight from the pit of hell. Sometimes you go through because he's trying to get you off the track. Sometimes we go through because that's just life in general. It's just the way of the world. But here's the blessing. If you are walking with Christ, you may have to go through. You just don't go through alone. You never go through life all by yourself. Sometimes it feels distant. Sometimes it feels like, we can't trace God. We don't know how God is moving. We have to trust him in those moments. Yesterday, my pastor was preaching and teaching us about commitment. And he preached about when the man speaks up and he says, "I'll follow you wherever you go, teacher. Oh, great Jesus, I'll follow you wherever you go." And many of us have said the same thing. And Jesus says, hey, calm down. Calm down. Look, foxes have dens. Birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place to lay his head. You're saying you will follow me, but do you know what that means? Do you know what it takes to be a believer? Do you know what it takes to be a follower of mine, a disciple of mine? It's a cost that goes with this. Everybody is not willing to pay that cost. All right, let me show you a couple verses that I think will really encourage your heart as well. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 10 through 12. And this is also the New Living Translation. Listen to what it says. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. Same way. What you're going through, if you're going through it because you're a believer, people are mean to you and ugly to you because you follow Christ, it's nothing new. They did the same thing to the prophets. They killed the prophets. They harmed the prophets. They hurt Jesus. They killed Jesus. People are going to be against you when you are living up for God. Living upright for God. Don't be surprised. Don't be dismayed. Don't throw in the towel because it gets hard. Now, here's the thing. No matter what, life is going to have hardship. You might as well go through the hardship with him with you. You might as well. All right. Let me read you one more that really blessed me. This is in Job. And if you know the story of Job, Job was a man that God considered perfect and upright. He told the devil that there's no one on earth like Job. Job is that good of a dude. And the devil tells God, the only reason Job is that good is because you protect him. It's because you take care of him. It's because you cater to him. If you took away some of that stuff, I bet you Job would cuss your name and die. I bet you he would cuss you. So God allows the devil to do all types of things in Job's life. Just don't harm Job. And so the devil comes in and he puts this problem in the way. He puts that problem in the way. Job loses all of his children, loses all of his wealth. His health starts to fade. And what I'm about to read you now, his wife comes in the room and she tells him, look, you're trying to hold on to your integrity. Just curse God and die. Just let it go. And this is how Job responds. Listen to this. This is Job chapter 2, verse 10. This is also the New Living Translation. But Job replied, "You talk like a foolish woman. Should I accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad?" So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. The enemy's trick is to get you to think that if you are not having the peaches and cream type of life, that God has failed you. That is not true. That is not true. God is still there. God is hanging in there with you. And if I can show you a graphic that blessed me, I want you to look at this graphic. I think if you view this graphic and you just really soak it in, it will bless your heart. OK, just look at this. The man is praying, God, please protect me. And then boom, He experiences hardship. He experiences the first hit. And he says, why, God? Why? Why would you let this happen to me? Now look at Jesus. And he's absorbing all of what the world is throwing at you. But then the statement at the end is beautiful. I'm sorry. Did I miss one? Are you okay? God has shielded us from so much, but he doesn't shield us from everything. Some things in life are going to affect us. We need to understand that as believers. But if you suffer for being a Christian, then count it joy, because you are in good company. If they did it to Jesus, they're going to do it to you if you're acting like Jesus. And that is our goal. That is our mission, to live so much like Jesus that we affect the world just like he did. Pray that today's verse of the day encourages you to shine your light bright today. Show the world just how good God has been to you. All right. Do you see my shirt here? Love changed me. John 3:16, love changed me. And I pray that God's love will change your heart as well. God bless you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the bell. And don't forget to share today's verse with someone that you love. All right. Watch it. Share it. Now let's get busy living it. All right. Let's get busy living the life. God bless.